Hi, my name is Jenaya, and I'm applying to the school district scholarship program so that I may have aid in supporting my career in acting and psychology. I've been volunteering in the theater since I started at Francis Kelsey in grade 9, and I've found a home among my peers there. I've always had an interest in acting, and I wanted to give it a try at the time, as well as painting sets and doing hair and makeup for shows. As far as psychology goes, the human brain has always fascinated me. I enjoy creative writing and try to make the characters as real as possible, and psychology courses have helped me do that tremendously. In the same way, psychology has helped a lot with getting into a character for the stage and understanding exactly how and why their motivations are what they are portrayed as. I've been accepted to VIU to earn my bachelor's degree in psychology starting this following September to further my understanding of the human brain functionalities. I've loved the idea of acting since I was young. I started performing in grade 3 when I did a solo for a talent show, and everything escalated from there. When I joined Kelsey, Anna Roberts, who is the director of the theater courses, created a safe environment where I felt extremely welcome. She encouraged me to continue with my passion for the stage and build my talents. I performed as a lead in one of our plays in the spring of 2019 and was casted for another lead in the fall of 2019. However, my biggest milestone for my love of performing was in 2021 when I performed a 5-minute play with only one other person and felt a drag afterwards. I wanted to perform again. I felt like it shouldn't have been over so soon. In that moment, I knew where my passion for the arts lied, and I can't just give that up. Taking psychology will help strengthen my mind and my talents in a variety of ways for acting. It will allow me to dive into a character's psyche and develop a strong personality for them on stage and on camera. For this presentation, I will present 2 monologues and a song. So my first monologue is called The Prison, and I actually wrote this monologue a few weeks ago. And it takes place after a war has just occurred, and the leader of the rebel forces is being interviewed, because knowing both sides of the story is incredibly important to make sure that historical records are developed properly. The prison, where every criminal on the continent disappears to without trial or acknowledgement that they were human once. It was enormous. We were divided into districts. There were 8 in all, and everyone was branded with their number after sorting. And the people. Oh God, the people. They were starving. We were starving. We worked our asses off in the salt mines just to see the sun go down at the end of the day. And those that didn't work were considered faulty. The prison itself was rather beautiful, if you could get past the foul odour of unwashed bodies for days on end. It was in the mountains, in the north. Massive mountain range in a big circle with fields of tall grass and forests filled with wildlife. If we were lucky, we would hunt deer and rabbits and things like that. But if we were caught, the consequences were severe. There were thousands of guards, armed to the teeth, and they were ready to strike at you as soon as they might find you suspicious. But in a way, they were prisoners too. Hungry, tired, without a single hope of escaping the place. I wasn't there for long, but I was there long enough to witness the kind of carnage a condensed population of criminals might do. The worst was the winter. We all relied on the pelts we mustered from hunting, but there were never enough, and many were left behind. And those that survived had the audacity, the gall, to use them as food. My friends, the people I cared about. I guess they were desperate, but that doesn't excuse anything. We were all desperate. There were children brought there, born there, who knew nothing else. I had to do something to leave, to be set free of a place so awful. It was bliss. Absolute bliss. You never know freedom until you've suffered in a cage like that for so long. So what do I think of the prison? Well, you tell me. It's a pile of rubble now, is it not? So my second monologue is called the Cerulean Sweater monologue from The Devil Wears Prada, and it's said by Miranda Priestley, who in the movie is played by Meryl Streep, and it is also featuring Anne Hathaway. This stuff? Oh, okay. I see. You think this has nothing to do with you. You go to your closet and you select out, I don't know, that lumpy blue sweater, for instance, because you're trying to tell the world that you take yourself too seriously to care about what you put on your back. But what you don't know is that sweater is not just blue, it's not turquoise, it's not lapis, it's actually cerulean. You're also blithely unaware of the fact that in 2002, Oscar de la Renta did a collection of cerulean gowns, and then I think it was Yves Saint Laurent, wasn't it, who showed cerulean military jackets? And then cerulean quickly showed up in the collections of 8 different designers, and it filtered down through the department stores, and then trickled on down to some tragic casual corner, where you, no doubt, fished it out of some clearance bin. However, that blue represents millions of dollars and countless jobs, and so it's sort of comical how you think that you've made a choice that exempts you from the fashion industry when in fact you're wearing the sweater that was selected for you by the people in this room from a pile of stuff. My third piece is a song called I'll Be Here, and it's from a musical called Ordinary Days. I'm using just a karaoke track that I found on YouTube. It tells a pretty good story, so I won't have to explain very much. So let's just get right into it. We met, of all places, in front of Gristides, some freakishly cold winter's day. I had on several unflattering layers of wool. He slipped on the ice with his grocery bags full. So I rescued some Fruit Loops he dropped by the curb, and he made some remark that my smile was superb. I thought that was sweet, and I started to go when he said, "Hey, what you doing tomorrow? Because I'll be here at the corner of Bleecker and Mercer tomorrow at 7. If you want to meet up, I'll be waiting right here. And in case there are 2 fellas waiting for you, my name's John." He waved and then he was gone. Needless to say, I went back there to meet him, mostly to see if he'd show, and there he was out in the cold with his jacket pulled tight. He took me to dinner and kissed me goodnight. The next week we went to this terrible play, and the week after that drank hot chocolate all day. And suddenly 8 or 9 months had flown by, and he said, hey, what you doing the rest of your life? Because I'll be here right beside you as long as you want me to be. There's no question, there is nothing I've wanted so much in my life. This might sound immature, but I'm totally sure you're the one. And we had just begun. We got hitched in September, our favorite month, with a rock band that played in this old synagogue. And we bought an apartment on West 17th Street and talked about children and getting a dog. Our first anniversary came in a flash, and we promised to take the day off. We had to stop into his office that morning, and so I went walking uptown to this bakery I know, till I heard on the street what I thought was a joke, till I noticed the sirens and saw the smoke. So I'm running back home with this feeling of dread, to the voicemail he left, with the last words he said. I'm sorry. I don't mean to ruin your evening by bringing up all of this stuff. You're probably wondering why I even called you tonight. Well, today something happened that spooked me all right. I saw this storm cloud of papers fall down from the sky, and I thought of that day, and I started to cry. When as sure as I breathe, I heard John clear as day saying, hey, you're allowed to move on. It's okay, because I'll be here, even if you decide to get rid of my favorite sweater, even if you go out on my birthday this year, instead of sitting at home letting all of life's moments pass by. You don't have to cry, because I'll be here when you start going back to the places we went to together. When you take off my ring and you let yourself smile. When you meet someone handsome and patient and true. When he says that he wants to be married to you. When you call him one night and he meets you downtown and you finally answer him yes. Yes, Jason, I will marry you. I will give you my heart. And it's taken so long, but I'm ready to start. Right now, John's whispering congrats in my ear, 'cause I finally let myself tell you that I will be here. So those are my 3 pieces. I really hope you enjoyed. I've spent a lot of time, practicing and really developing those pieces, and I'm really proud of them, especially the song, because it was a really hard song to learn, and, the track isn't very helpful. So I really hope you enjoyed. As for my future, the next steps for me is really just completing my degree and starting auditioning whenever I can, wherever I can, and taking risks and, really following my heart and my passions. And I think that psychology will just help me so much. Plus, it's something I really enjoy, and it's something I could fall back on if this whole acting thing doesn't really work out for me. So I can even, in the future, maybe get my doctorate and become a psychiatrist. I really don't know, but there's a lot planned for the future, and there's a lot of mystery as well, and I'm really, really looking forward to just getting out there and finding myself in the world and starting the next chapter of my life, and, having a few extra pieces of support financially would, of course, be such a great help, and I really hope that you and your team consider me for this program. And so thank you very, very much for watching my video. And I hope everybody has a great day or evening or whenever you decide to watch this. So